Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus. Standing before you once again. I just spent the past 20 minutes bringing to you one of the greatest messages that I've ever brought in my own mind. And then it dawned on me that I didn't push the recording button. So everything I have been saying for the past 20 minutes have not been recorded, not one iota. Now I feel drained because it was such a strange thing that it was good. It was coming from my spirit, and now it seems as if I should take another time and do it all over again and use that as a practice. Well, the truth is always there. Sincerity is always there. And so though the camera might be off a moment ago, it's like all of those of you who I've been talking to for years who haven't heard a word I have said. And yet I find myself keep on speaking, keep on talking, keep on living the life before you that I talk about so that you can see the evidence thereof. And so I find myself saying it's okay if I do a repeat on that right now. Now earlier I said that I haven't been here talking to you for a few days because I've had the luxury of my present family, my eldest daughter who has just finished her education in high school, and she's so excited about that, and so am I. And some of the family members, we've come together and we've celebrated this period of time. Now she's getting ready to go to one of those local colleges, hoping that they would engage her with some education, some training that would help her to be a best citizen that she could be, a best person that she could be. But I want her to know if I had to say anything, get all the education you can. But don't be led by a man. Don't be led by a power that takes you off the path of peace and prosperity and happiness in our lives. And I say that to not only her, but I say that to every last one of you. I have the subject matter that I wanted to bring before you that was relative to hatred, racism, and bigotry. And I wanted to say something that's happening here in Minnesota today. We're having the process of getting ready to elect a new governor to replace our governor now, Governor Dayton. We have the Republicans and the Democrats all vying to be your representative. And as I hear the news media refer to them, they're talking about the kinds of money that's going to be coming in. And that money that's going to be used to lift up one of these candidates, all of these candidates, up before the public and get you, persuade you, and coerce you to give them their vote. A vote based upon their ability to come before you, not their ability, their commitment to serve you, but to say that they got the money and you being influenced by that money. And you will make a choice based upon the usage of that money. When I stand before you and tell you, if you're concerned about the things that are really important, if you're concerned about the things of life, not one of those candidates is going to offer you anything to that degree. But I don't just stop there, because we also have in the same kind of situation within our national politics. We, the people of the United States of America, who have held ourselves up as being the greatest nation not only on the face of the earth today, but the greatest nation that have ever existed. The most God-fearing nation that has ever existed. A democracy that is most dynamic, that the whole world should embrace it and grab a piece of it. That is us, the people of the United States of America. That is us, the people of the United States of America. And yet, we have a president that has been chosen by a great majority of the people and solidified by the Electoral College, who has gone into office and saying that this nation, who holds itself so dynamic because we are a nation of laws and no man is above the law, who is challenging this nation to say that he is above the law, that he can commit crimes and get away with it, that he can lie to you in your face and you talk about it and sit back and allow it to happen, that he, this, I don't know what to call him except one of us, has claimed to be more special than any of us. And I don't care what role you have in life, he seems to be getting away with it. He seems to be changing your minds into a concept that a dictator is exactly what you need, that a dictator is something that you've been waiting for a very long time. And he's working on the building to see that that dictator is himself. Now I speak to you, ladies and gentlemen, in these terms when I'm speaking about hatred. Hatred for a people, hatred for one another that allows him to respond to the nation the way he does, which is nothing but an expression of the same hatred that is permeated by the people of this nation or toward others that don't look like them, that don't walk like them, that don't talk like them. An expression of a nation where people are put down because of their race, because of their color, because of their shade, and are taught to believe that they are superior to these people and do everything they possibly can to keep these people down. I'm talking to you about a nation who says that they know God and yet it represents everything that they say that God is not. I talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, because it is my business to talk to you about the things that I talk to you about. I realize, as I've come to recognize, that I have two families, my mother's side and my father's side. I got siblings on my mother's side and siblings on my father's side. On my mother's side, I have not one sibling that would say, Eddie, what you're doing is dynamic, what you're doing is righteous, what you're doing is good, and this is what we need. So I encourage you to stand forward and give your best shot to glorify God in the best way that you can. I have not one of them that would say that to me, but they love me. But for some strange reason, they have doubt. They have an understanding about life that says it is impossible. They have bought on into the indoctrination that the system have put before us. And yet on the other side, I have a family of siblings that say, Eddie, we are proud of you. We like what you're doing. Stand up, my brother, and be strong and glorify God in the way that only you can do. We believe in your approach to God, and we need you. And I want to say, right on, brother. Now, this is my father's side, my siblings, versus my mother's side, my siblings. It reminds me of the time of the Willie Lynch letter, how Willie Lynch would say, you just destroy the brothers and sisters before their parents. And she will keep them weak because in her efforts to love them, to protect them, she will teach him to be humble, to be subtle, and accept things. But a father's side, a father who knows to be a man, will give you that manhood. Now, I'm not saying that my father's side, or because those children, my siblings got mothers too. But I'm just saying this to you because of one side is a mother and another side is a father. And based upon the realities of being a part of these various sides, this is the response that I get from them. And yet, I think about the nation. I think about the nations that I spent so many years before talking to you about peace and prosperity and joy and happiness in your lives and how you look at me. You look at me just like those who says a man has no money, what can he do? A man is black, what can he do? All of that has been taught to you. And I think about how sad you are in this regard, and I don't know whether I should cry or whether I should laugh. If I cry, it's because I know the pain that you feel. I know the path that you're on. Not only that, I know where that path leads. Now, should I cry because of that? Or should I laugh because I know you have the power to change it? You have the power and the authority to make it right. And for some strange reason, you ignore that. And you keep on walking down that path, holding up your head like you're somebody. You're somebody bigger than others. So should I laugh? But in reality, wherever your mindset is, I still am a man. I'm a man who has been challenged to know certain things, challenged to this degree. I was raised not by my mother. I was not raised by my grandparents, but I was raised by my great-great-grandparents who had raised their children, who had raised some of their grandchildren, and now could find the compassion because the need existed to take a great-great-grandson and bring him up the way they thought he should be. Not brought up into a world that's trying to run crazy, but one who had walked out of the arms and pits of slavery into a world of dreams and aspirations and hopes, and instilled in my life through their teachings what life was truly about and how I should be as a person. And though I was educated and manipulated and brainwashed just like you, I found myself one day looking in the mirror, and I was sort of disgusted with myself. Not only did I see myself in the mirror, I saw my great-grandparents, and I thought to myself, what would they say if they saw the kind of God that I had projected? I said that they turn over in their graves, and I became ashamed, and I made the decision that I, based upon what I'd been taught and trained, would change. Somewhere I heard that if you bring up a child the way that he should be, I don't care what he runs into, somewhere down that road he might think about it and return back to that path of life. And so that, my friend, that is what I've done. And when I think about how people respond to me, I think about Jesus. I know many of you don't believe in Jesus. Doesn't matter if you do or don't. But it says, the word, as far as the history goes, the message that I was taught, is that Jesus was a kind person. Jesus was a loving person. And Jesus wanted peace for you. Jesus wanted prosperity for all of us and wanted happiness in our lives and brought us a message that we did not understand, brought us a message that we did not even know. He had, because of his reputation, because of his character, had a polished table laid out before him, and on that table his dreams could come true, they said. All of the things that humankind wanted was set on that table for Jesus. All Jesus had to do was acknowledge and accept this and follow the dictates of the systems of the world. My word tells me that Jesus chose to deny that because it didn't work for everybody. It only worked for some. And not only did that system, but the people within that system took Jesus and hung him up on the cross. I remember that there were others who tried to walk that path, and they all, my friends and brothers and sisters, were slaughtered. One of the most preeminent in my time was Dr. Martin Luther King, which made me be hopeful that even though we had come to a point in time that his type of message was necessary, that the people, my generation, would be able to grow based upon what we were seeing before our very eyes, and that we would be instrumental in the changes of today. But my reality tells me that we are no better off than our family. And further, in fact, we are gone back worse. And the same you and I that I look at every day, I think about how disgusting this must be for me and others who are like me to see that we cannot progress any higher than this. And it makes me angry with you, but it even makes me more angry with your parents, because your parents trained you the way you are. They taught you to be hateful. They taught you to be racist. They taught you to be a bigot. And here you are today, a full circle person that's full of hate, full of racism, and full of bigotry. And you don't know how to change. And when someone talks to you about change, you want to kill them, destroy them, because you say you want better, but you do nothing to make it better. You become a part of the problem. And so I sit before myself, looking at the mirror and looking about, and I ask myself, should I cry? Or should I laugh? But because of the person that I am, I make a choice. I make a choice to be humble in the situation, because I made a decision that I was going to be free. I'm not afraid of jail. I got history to prove it. And I'm not afraid to die. I'd rather be a man one day free than a slave 69 years that I've lived in my life. And that enables me to stand before you and be bold. I know you have been programmed to think that anyone who has money, this is why you allowed a liar who came to you and told you that he was one of the richest men on the face of the earth, owned billions of dollars in hotels and all kinds of casinos, and had planes when he came before you, made himself look real bold, and you just loved it. This man, you said to yourself, does not need the money from the other corporations, does not need the money from the other channels of life, and that he would serve your purpose, and everything he's done has been against your purpose. Those who you said that he wouldn't need, he has become their what? He's become their brother. He's become their feeder. In other words, now they are reaping benefits more from you now than even before. And you still filled with your hatred, filled with your racism, filled with your bigotry, chooses to accept it, to accept this one who holds themselves above the law. And when you get disgusted, how far do you take it? Verbal. You talk about it, and everything stays the same. But I come before you, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't help myself. I stand before you because I know every last one of you want peace, that you want prosperity in your lives. You want to be happy. I know you want that. There's not a human being on the face of the earth that does not want that. However, there are many of those amongst you who would deny that for other people, not knowing that as long as you would deny that for other people, you will never have it because you don't deserve it. And if you think you got it, you're lying to yourself because you're a liar and you're a bigot. And one day, you will see it. And that is the thing that makes me wonder, should I cry or should I laugh? Now, I thought about having this subject matter, hatred, racism, and bigotry. Right now, I feel that the subject matter should be, should I cry or should I laugh? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've shared with you something that maybe some of you can pick up, and maybe you can't. But I have given to you what I've been given myself today. And what you do with it is on you. But I can say to you that the choice of it is yours. The choice has always been yours. Yesterday the choice was yours. Today the choice is yours. And tomorrow the choice is yours. But I have to ask myself today, should I cry or should I laugh? Thank you.